Welcome to the Workamper Show, a podcast devoted to helping you discover how to finance your RV travel dreams. I'm Steve Anderson, the president of Workamper News. Each one of our episodes will either introduce you to people who are already living the RV lifestyle or to opportunities to work short-term jobs. You'll also learn how to hit the road the right way and make the most of every opportunity. Now let's turn over today's show to your host, Greg Gerber.
Thank you, Steve. Today's podcast discusses what may be one of the most lucrative short-term money-making jobs in the work camping world. Today's episode is sponsored by The Dreamer's Journey, a new online course and community produced by Workamper News. Life is way too short to keep your dreams on hold, so don't be held back by fear, because you were designed for more. Get started with the RV lifestyle the right way with this comprehensive guide. Dreamers can participate in 2 online events every week to learn things like what type of RV to buy, goal setting, how to budget for the adventure, developing a positive mindset, where to call home, and how to find a job or start a mobile business. All online events will be recorded for watching anytime. Dreamers can also join an open question and answer session each month. There's no wrong time to get started, so for more information, visit www.rvdreamersjourney.com. Alyssa Kaste is with Express Employment Professionals, and she hires hundreds of work campers each year to help with the sugar beet harvest in Montana, Michigan, and Minnesota. People work as samplers who collect and stack bags of sugar beets separated by machines. The firm also hires skilled workers to run piler equipment as well as operate skid steer loaders. Work campers are not working in the fields but at processing centers where harvested beets are delivered. The piling machines knock the dirt and other material from the beets, then they're bagged and stored until they can be brought to factories for processing. The harvest is generally a 15 to 21 day season, but Express Pros cautions that depends on cooperation from Mother Nature. Work campers are asked to make a 1-month commitment, and even then it can be extended a week or so. It's full-time work of at least 40 hours per week. People generally work 9 to 12-hour shifts, and the plants operate 7 days a week, with some centers processing beets 24 hours a day. All the jobs are paid, and depending upon the location worked, work campers can make between $14.06 per hour up to $15.26 per hour. However, lots of overtime is also available. For example, with a 12-hour shift, the last 4 hours are paid at time and a half. Saturdays are all paid at time and a half, and people working Sundays can make double time if they showed up for all their shifts during the regular work week. People can make thousands of dollars relatively quickly, which is why the job is popular among work campers. However, it does require people to stand a lot and do some lifting. The company provides a free campsite with water, electricity, sewer, or a honey wagon service. To tell us more about this opportunity, please welcome Alyssa Kaste to the show. Thanks for joining us today, Alyssa. I appreciate it. Tell us what Express Pros is and what it does.
Yeah, thank you, Greg, for having us. So Express Employment Professionals, we are a staffing company located here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. We're one of over 700 franchises in the United States, but our Grand Forks office specializes, we work with 3 major sugar companies, American Crystal Sugar, Sydney Sugars, and now Michigan Sugar, and we hire for their annual sugar beet harvest in the fall.
Sugar beets. Now, I would never imagine that sugar would come from beets.
Yeah, actually, American Crystal and Sydney Sugars are one of the nation's largest, followed along by, I think Michigan Sugar is number 3 or 4. So a lot of what you have in like your candy or the sugar you put in your coffee or your baked goods is generally beet sugar.
Really? That goes against what everybody thinks of, the sugar cane in Hawaii. Yeah, that's neat to know. So how many work campers do you typically hire every summer or for your harvest?
So for this year, we're approximately going to be looking between our 3 areas for 1,000 work campers. So we're going to need about approximately 200 in our Sydney, Montana area, 800 in our North Dakota, Minnesota area, and then another 200 additionally in our Michigan Sugar area.
Well, that's quite a few. My goodness. Now, how many of them come back year after year? Is it a new crew every season?
Generally we have a lot of people that enjoy the job itself, enjoy the work, but a lot of people that enjoy coming back because of the camaraderie. This is kind of where everybody gets together and sees people from the previous year. So we have a pretty good return rate and a lot of people interested on coming back.
What types of jobs do the work campers perform?
Sure. So the main position that we hire for is going to be a helper sample taker position. And that's the individual down on the ground, collecting samples, directing trucks, maintaining their area, cleaning the piling machine when we get shut down. So it's kind of a general labor type of position. But the machine does a lot of the the work for you in regards to taking the sample. A lot of people when they hear taking a sample, they imagine taking physical samples of these beets, but the machine actually takes care of that. And then so cleaning and maintaining the area, make sure that the beets are being stacked properly, and then we have skilled positions like piler operators, skid steer operators, and foremen. So if anybody has machinery experience or managerial experience or skid steer experience, definitely make sure to put that on your application because we're always looking for skilled workers.
And so this is not out in the fields actually pulling up the sugar beets.
Correct. These are at what we call beet receiving stations. So when the beets are taken out of the ground, the growers truck them to these piling sites where then the beets are sifted through a piling machine. The piling machine kind of knocks off all the dirt and the mud and some sticks and puts them into these piles to be stored until the sugar beets can be brought into the factories and processed into sugar and molasses and other byproducts.
Oh, that's really neat. And how long have you been using work campers to do this?
Oh boy. I have been here for 7 years and it's been before me. I think the first year we started using work campers was, I want to say it was 2006.
Oh, okay. So there are a lot of people who've been out here. I know I've talked to several who have talked about going up there and helping out with the harvest. Now, this is very, very short-term job too, isn't it?
Short term, we in our North Dakota, Minnesota, and Sydney, Montana area, we generally start October 1st. So we bring our work campers in the last week of September. It's a 10 to 15 working day season, but it can take the whole month of October to get those working days in if we experience any weather related shutdowns. So we do ask for a commitment through October 31st. Now, our Michigan harvest starts a little bit later, generally around October 20th to the 25th. So it kind of follows our other beet harvest. And that one is a 21 working day season. And so again, we do ask for a month commitment.
1 month commitment. And how many hours a day are they typically working?
So again, it's a little different by region. But so our North Dakota, Minnesota, and Montana area are 12-hour shifts and we operate 24/7 weather permitting. And then our Michigan area are 9-hour shifts with the ability to work 12-hour shifts. And that is also 7 days a week, weather permitting.
12-hour shifts. That sounds like it'd be a pretty exhausting time. Is it relatively easy work?
It depends. We hear it a lot that you can do anything if you put your mind to it, especially for 2 weeks. So, we have a lot of people that what they do is they go to work, they come back, they eat, they go to sleep, and they do it all over again. And some people, they kind of live for it. While others, it can be physically exhausting and demanding. So it's not a job for everybody. It's not glamorous. But we tend to get a shutdown here or there, or in the last 2 years, as some people have experienced quite a bit of shutdown due to weather. So it just kind of depends on Mother Nature. But again, you can really, if you can set your mind to it, you can do it for 2 weeks or for 10 to 14 days.
Oh, these are all paid positions, correct?
Correct.
And how much do people get paid?
So again, it does vary by location. And I will kind of just briefly go over what last year's pay rates are. In our Sydney, Montana area, the basic helper sample taker position started at $15.29 an hour. In our North Dakota, Minnesota area, the basic position started at $14.06 an hour. One thing to keep in mind is how pay works or how it's structured is Monday through Friday, the first 8 hours of each day are regular time. The last 4 of each day are time and a half. In Sydney, all day Saturday and Sunday are time and a half as long as you don't miss your Monday through Friday shift. In North Dakota and Minnesota, all day Saturday is time and a half and all day is Sunday is double time as long as you don't miss your Monday through Friday shift. Now in Michigan, the basic position started at $15 an hour, but anything over 40 hours a week is overtime.
Okay. Well, it sounds like people can make some decent money then in a relatively short period of time.
Yes, and they would have the ability, if they chose to come to our Sydney, Montana area or our North Dakota, Minnesota area first and complete the harvest season there, they could certainly move over to our Michigan sugar harvest if we were still, if our North Dakota, Minnesota one got over relatively quickly, they could easily transfer over to Michigan and continue working the harvest.
Okay. So typically the whole thing would be wrapped up then in 6 weeks maximum.
It all depends on the weather.
Right.
So we asked for a commitment of October 31st. Last year, our harvest went until November 9th, and the same with 2018. Back in 2012, we actually had a harvest go up until Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So it really just depends on how Mother Nature is feeling.
I guess. And do you provide a campground for the people to stay in?
We do. We provide a campsite with water, electricity, and sewer. If we cannot provide sewer, then we will provide a honey wagon service at no charge, and we take care of all of that. And for our areas where the water might get shut off due to cold temperatures, if it gets too late into the season, we also provide a water truck that will come around as well. We pay for camping from the day of your scheduled arrival that your Workamper liaison gives you up until 48 hours after your last shift.
Oh, that's very generous as well.
Yeah, we definitely want people to get their rest before they hit the road.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So how do you usually acquire work campers?
Our number one tool is going to be referrals, word of mouth. A lot of people travel and they tell their friends about the beet harvest and how they all want to go and work the beet harvest together. Our number two tool is definitely Workamper News. Jody and the team over there, Robin, they're all amazing and they've been so great to work with. So I definitely recommend everybody checking out Workamper News for everything Workamper related that they need. And then we also have some other sites and we visit 2 RV shows. You can find us at the Tampa RV Super Show in January, along with the Quartzsite show in Quartzsite, Arizona in January.
What's involved in the interview process?
So what we do for interviews is it's more of a conversation. We don't want anybody to travel 1,500 miles and come up here and get here and say, well, this is not what I was expecting. So when we interview, we go over their application, ask a few questions just to confirm information, see if they have any skilled experience. But we also set a standard or we provide the individuals with as much information in regards to the harvest as possible so that they have the ability to determine if this is right for them. We try to be as transparent as possible. So we have a 5-page checklist that we review with every candidate or every individual interested in harvest, just so that we are telling everybody everything that they need to know to confirm that they want to do this. If that is something that they'd like to proceed with, we offer them a conditional job offer. If they accept, we follow up with them every 30 to 45 days to maintain regular contact. We send out emails and newsletters. We have a good following on our social media page. And then later in the summer, in like July and August, we start to give people their arrival information, what campground they're going to be at, what day they should be here, and so on and so forth. And then we continue to speak with them up until their arrival date.
Are you hiring people now for this year's season?
Absolutely. We start taking applications basically anytime. So if somebody isn't sure if they can make it this year, but are interested in 2021, we definitely advise you to submit your applications for next year. But for 2020, we are taking applications all the way through September.
Are there any traits or qualifications you're really looking for?
Just somebody who is prepared to be on their feet for a full 12-hour shift. And they have to be able to lift a minimum of 25 pounds because that's how much a sample bag can weigh. And they have to be at least 18 years old. We do have a minimum age requirement.
So families can't really do this unless they've got older kids, but mom and dad can both be involved?
Correct. And we do have families that come, moms, dads, grandmas, and grandpas. We've got families that come and do this.
Very good. And the work campers don't need any special training or special skills to do this?
So they will receive training on site once they get here, so that they understand what the helper sample taker job entails. In regards to skilled positions, in order to be considered for the skid steer position, we would really prefer if they have skid steer experience, as that job has a lot of moving parts with it, and we want to ensure that the individual knows what they're doing for the safety of themselves and others. Piler operator can be a trained position, but generally it's for kind of those second and returning year people, just because it requires some skill and some learning. And then also foreman, we do require that somebody interested in the foreman position does have previous managerial experience. We do require a resume for that position. So if anybody is interested in the foreman position, please contact your work camper liaison and send over your resume so we can forward that.
Is there something a work camper can do to really stand out in the crowd and make sure that their application rises to the top?
We contact everybody based on the date that the application is received. So, the important thing would be just to, if you have any skilled experience, to please make sure to put in as much detail as possible. Otherwise, we do contact everybody as quickly as we can when we receive their applications.
Now, I know that they're working 12-hour shifts, but there's going to be some things to do either before the work begins or immediately after. Are you aware of any other draws to those areas where the harvests take place that would really be enticing to people who might want to visit that area?
Sure. I would say that it would probably be a pre-harvest rather than a post-harvest, like maybe some areas that they want to go on their way over here. There is Medora. There is the International Peace Gardens. Devil's Lake has amazing walleye fishing for any of you fishermen. I'm trying to think, Minneapolis, St. Paul is not too far away. The Twins games. What else is out there? The Mall of America. There's an IKEA out there, so that's big for me. We also have our own, university, the University of North Dakota, and the North Dakota State University.
So there's some football.
There is some football. Go Bison, go Fighting Hawks. So if people are into football or hockey, there's definitely things that they can do up here. There's also a large catfishing tournament right before the sugar beet harvest starts. So that, catfishing up here in the Red River is a big thing as well. So there is quite a bit to do out here. There's also some, historical sites. So it's definitely a place to check out.
Is there something you wish all work campers really understood about what you do before they showed up?
My work camper liaisons do such an amazing job explaining what the job entails to most of the individuals that apply. So my work camper liaisons did most of that for me. But just that the job, is not glamorous. But people don't ultimately come here just for the job and just for the money, but for the experience. We've got it right in our name, the UnBEETable Experience. And so we're always looking ways to improve on the worker experience and what we can do for the people that work for us. It's more than just a job. People come here to see their friends from previous years. We've had people leave and end up getting married. So, but just, that it's not glamorous, but we have a lot of people that have it on their bucket list to at least try once. And we had one work camper tell us one time that you're not a real work camper unless you've done the sugar beet harvest.
You're not a real work camper. We'll take them at their word for that. That sounds great. If people wanted more information about this opportunity, where could they get it?
Yeah, check us out online. www.theunbeatableexperience.com, and that is with 2 E's, or you can find us at sugarbeetharvest.com. So either one of those will work. You can also give us a call, 888-791-6738. You can find us on Workamper News, and make sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at The UnBEETable Experience. We're always on Facebook. Who doesn't love social media? So we've got photos. We're trying to connect with all of our work campers out there. We just had a post where we asked everybody to Throwback Thursday and send us their photos of the 2019 sugar beet harvest. And so there's a lot of photos out there right now. So make sure to go and connect with people who've worked previously and ask us any questions on there.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa. I really appreciate the time. And like you said, you got to be if you're going to be a work camper, you got to do the harvest.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Who knew that most sugar used in America comes from sugar beets? I always thought it came from sugar cane in places like Hawaii. I've talked to several people who have taken part in the sugar beet harvest as work campers, and many of them returned year after year. It's a great job to have during the seasonal transition from a summer job to a winter job, which is why it's a popular work camping position. People like the job because they make good money relatively quickly, which gives them cash for Christmas and fun activities over the winter. People sometimes arrive to the harvest states a few weeks early to check out some of the recreational opportunities in Michigan, Montana, and Minnesota. It's not difficult work, and anyone over 18 can take part, even seasoned citizens. It does involve being on your feet for 12 hours and requires the ability to lift 25-pound bags of beets. I'd like to thank Alyssa Kaste for coming on the show to describe the opportunity. It's called the UnBEETable Experience, and she encourages work campers to give it a try. The company is hiring now for work this fall. You can find out more information at www.theunbeatableexperience.com. Beet is spelled B-E-E-T, so check out www.theunbeatableexperience.com. Workamper News, a magazine and online publication, connects RVers to full and part-time jobs around the country. Whether it is running a business from your RV or working short-term jobs for a variety of employers, Workamper News can give you information to help you plan a course to live your own dream and get you on the road faster than you thought possible. For more information about opportunities to live, work, and play in your RV, visit www.workampernews.com. This episode is sponsored by the National RV Training Academy in Athens, Texas. The Academy's 1-week live training or home study course will teach you everything you need to know to fix about 80% of the problems people experience with their RVs. You can also sign up for additional training to become an RV inspector, campground technician, or to provide mobile RV service. For more information, visit www.nrvta.com. That's all we have for today's show. Next time, we'll talk with a vice president from Campgrounds of America about opportunities to work in their more than 500 campgrounds this summer. Thanks for listening to The Work Camper Show.